wishing you good health. Today is December 5, 2025, and we have an overview of the combat events on the Eastern Front. Watch this video to see the withdrawal of the armed forces of Ukraine in Donetsk region. Let's go. If we compare with last Friday's news, nothing major has changed in many directions, and you could say that's a good thing. But still, let's go through everything and get started. The enemy has advanced from Chasiv to Markove, where fighting is ongoing. There are no changes in or around Chasiv. The enemy hasn't advanced anywhere but remains in the suburbs of Kostiantynivka, where they are being held back by the armed forces of Ukraine. Kostiantynivka itself is constantly being shelled by the occupiers with everything they have. In the city, there are hardly any intact houses left, but people still live there. Next week I will show what one of the neighborhoods of Kostiantynivka looks like. Everything we managed to film a week ago, the footage is horrifying. The Klebenbyk and Yablunivka neighborhoods are also unchanged. The front line hasn't moved, and enemy activity this week was in the Rusin Yar area. There were no large mechanized assaults, but there were isolated incursions under the cover of fog. Those who reached the forest belt and found a dugout to hide in are struggling with water and supplies, as intercepted communications say anyone bringing them provisions is being eliminated. From our side, on the Dobropillia direction, the enemy continues to press with mechanized assaults towards Chasiv and Sofivka and has had some minor success advancing in the Pokrovsk direction. This week, conditions in Pokrovsk and Myrnohrad have deteriorated. Enemy presence has grown in Pokrovsk and fighting is now in Myrnohrad city center. Our logistics are practically at zero. All deliveries are being made using ground and aerial drones. The situation is extremely critical. And I also want to touch on a topic that's being discussed at the peace negotiations, so that we would leave Donetsk region and abandon Kramatorsk, Slavyansk, and the nearby settlements. And I read in the news that the residents of Kramatorsk are very worried and afraid that they will be left to the Russians. But I observe this situation, not only me, but all the soldiers who are in these areas. No, it's no secret to anyone that the soldiers are stationed, meaning they live in the villages and towns under our control, and from these places they go out on combat missions. Nothing is decided centrally, and all the soldiers have to find housing for themselves on their own. Some manage to live for free, some arrange to pay only for utilities, and others rent an apartment, and rent in the Kramatorsk district is quite high. The rate is everything for the military, everything for victory, 40,000 hryvnias a month, plus utilities for a house that's more or less suitable for living, with broken windows, mold, no gas, and an outdoor toilet, from 10,000 to 15,000 hryvnias, plus utilities. Well, that's fine. People are making money. Although when the Russian occupier comes, they also rent to them for money. Can they refuse to let you move in? What angers me the most are the homeowners who left for abroad or to the western part of Ukraine many years ago. And no matter how much you try to reason with them, they still refuse to let you in, even for money, making up all sorts of excuses like they're planning to come back or they're saving the place for someone they know. And in general, even if I do rent it out, it definitely won't be to the military, even when you try to talk to them like a normal person. We'll pay for everything that's needed, we'll do the repairs, we'll put things in order, the house will be heated and under protection. No, I couldn't get through, and the neighbors are silent. We don't know or have seen anyone. and in general, military people stay away from us. I can't speak for everyone, but honestly, 50% of people in the Kramatorsk agglomeration are like that. When confronted with this, do you truly want to risk your life every minute defending a place that's not your region, city, or home? Of course not. Everyone's like that. Everyone's so smart. Defend us, but don't touch us and don't involve us so that we can win. In 2022, it wasn't like this. People used to give us shelter, feed us, and tell us where it was better to stay. But now everything has changed. 180 degrees. People, what happened to you? You can't take everything with you to the grave. How are you any different from those who just wait around? Where is your desire to help destroy the occupier, or do you not need to be protected? Here are the residents of the Kramatorsk agglomeration. Write in the comments whether you are helping and supporting the armed forces of Ukraine, or do you not need this? Let the orcs come. Are you waiting? Let's see who there are more of. We're not mercantile, and our task is to destroy the enemy, and we will definitely win. Glory to Ukraine, glory to the armed forces, glory to the volunteers, and Putin is a jerk.